Your cat has been doing things you found strange, inexplicable, sometimes annoying. Sitting on your worn clothes, following you into the bathroom, dropping a dead animal at your feet. None of it is weird. All of it is the behavior of a kitten that decided you are its mother. And it decided that a long time ago. Domestic cats are biologically unique among domesticated animals in one specific way. Research on feline behavioral development found that domestic cats retain kitten behaviors into full adulthood that wild cats abandon completely after weaning. In the wild, a cat stops behaving like a kitten the moment it becomes independent. Domestic cats never fully make that transition. They remain, neurologically and behaviorally, partially in a kitten state for their entire adult lives. And the behaviors they direct toward their mother, they redirect toward one specific person in their environment. You. 7 behaviors. Not the obvious ones. Not sleeping beside you, not purring when you pet it. Those are easy to read as affection. These are the 7 your cat does that you have been calling weird, strange, or impossible to explain. All 7 have the same explanation, and it changes what you thought you understood about your relationship. Thing 7 is the one that hits hardest, because it happens every time you come home, and you have never known what it meant. We'll go through all 7. But thing 4 is the one most owners react to with embarrassment or confusion, because it looks like the cat is being irrational. The science says it's one of the most precise maternal behaviors in the entire feline repertoire. Thing number 1. It sits on your dirty laundry. Not laziness. Nesting. Your cat ignores every expensive bed you bought it. Every soft blanket you placed in a warm corner. But the pile of worn clothes on the floor, the shirt you left on the chair, your cat finds those within minutes and settles in like it's the only place in the house that matters. Have you ever noticed your cat choosing your worn clothes over any clean surface, even a softer one nearby? In the wild, a mother cat constructs a nest before giving birth. She selects materials not for softness or warmth primarily, but for scent. The nest needs to carry her chemical signature so that newborn kittens whose eyes are closed and whose mobility is 0 can orient toward her even in the dark. Your worn clothes carry the highest concentration of your biochemical signature available in your home. Not your bed. You wash that. Not your furniture. That carries mixed scents. Your worn clothes are the most accurate olfactory representation of you that exists in the space. When your cat settles into your laundry, it is not being lazy or inconvenient. It is performing a nesting behavior, seeking out the most concentrated source of the scent it has registered as its mother figure and building its rest around that signal. The expensive cat bed smells like plastic and fabric. Your shirt smells like you. For a cat that has decided you are its mother, those are not equivalent options. Thing 1 is about where it rests. Thing 2 is about where it follows you. And most owners find it funny until they understand what's actually driving it. Thing number 2. It follows you into the bathroom. Not curiosity, separation reflex. Your cat will sit outside a closed door and cry, or push its way in before you can close it, or sit watching you with an expression you can't read. You've called it nosy, weird, clingy. Does your cat follow you specifically, or does it follow anyone in the household equally? Kittens in the first weeks of life do not leave their mother's side voluntarily. They track her movement continuously. If she moves, they orient toward her. If she disappears, their nervous system registers a threat. Not a social preference, a survival signal. The kitten that loses sight of its mother in the early weeks does not survive. That tracking reflex was never fully deactivated in the domestic cat. And it gets redirected toward the individual the cat registered as its maternal figure. When your cat follows you into the bathroom, it is not curious about what you do in there. It is running a behavioral program that says, the individual I registered as my mother figure has moved out of my field of vision. I need to reestablish proximity. The closed door is not a privacy boundary to your cat. It is a separation event. And separation from the mother figure at the neurological level is still registered as what it was 8 weeks after birth, something that requires immediate correction. Subscribe to Plumiq before Thing 3. This channel documents exactly this, the science behind what your cat's behavior actually means. Subscribe now. Thing number 3. It needs on you. Not affection. Nursing regression. Your cat sits on your lap and starts pressing its paws rhythmically into your stomach, or your thigh, or your arm. You call it making biscuits. You know it's something from kittenhood. You call it cute and leave it at that. Does your cat knead on you specifically, or also on blankets, pillows, other surfaces equally? The mechanism is more specific than most owners realize. According to the American Animal Hospital Association and the International Cat Association, kneading is the precise motor pattern kittens use to stimulate milk flow from the mother's mammary glands. The rhythm, the alternating pressure, the specific muscular activation. It is not a general comfort behavior. It is a nursing behavior. And here is what separates the kneading your cat does on you from the kneading it does on a blanket. Research published in phys.org in 2022 confirmed that cats have scent glands in their paw pads. Kneading releases pheromones, specifically a compound called cat-appeasing pheromone, which is the same chemical released by a mother cat's mammary glands during nursing. When your cat kneads on a blanket, it releases scent. When it kneads on you, it is depositing the pheromone associated with maternal bonding directly onto the individual it has registered as its mother. That is not a general affection behavior. That is the most neurologically specific maternal behavior in the feline repertoire, redirected at you. Your cat is not making biscuits, it is nursing. On you. Because you are, to its nervous system, the closest available equivalent to the thing it was doing this with at the beginning of its life. Thing number 4. It brings you dead animals. Not a gift. Maternal teaching. Your cat drops a dead mouse on the kitchen floor, a bird on the doorstep, something unidentifiable near your feet. You scream. You dispose of it. You wonder what is wrong with your cat. Has your cat ever brought you something dead or injured and dropped it specifically near you, not anywhere else? Mother cats in the wild do not simply hunt and eat. They bring prey back to their kittens, first already dead, later injured but alive, finally live prey. In a teaching sequence designed to transfer hunting knowledge to offspring that cannot yet survive alone. The progression is deliberate. The mother assesses her kitten's developmental stage and calibrates what she brings accordingly. When your adult cat brings you a dead animal and deposits it near you specifically, it is running the first stage of that maternal teaching sequence. It has assessed the situation and reached a conclusion. This individual cannot hunt. I have watched them. They never come home with prey. They are dependent. They need to be provided for and taught. What looks like your cat showing off or making a horrifying gift is actually your cat stepping into the maternal role. The one it assigned to you in reverse, now temporarily reversing again. It is trying to teach you. It is bringing you what a mother brings the kitten she is responsible for. The embarrassment you felt was the correct response to receiving a hunting lesson from an animal that has decided your survival skills are insufficient. Subscribe to Plumiq. Share this with someone who has ever received a dead animal from their cat and had no idea what it meant. Subscribe now. Thing number 5. It bites you gently and then licks you. Not mixed signals. Grooming sequence. Your cat is being affectionate. You're stroking it. Then it bites your hand. Not hard, not aggressive, just a quick firm pressure. Then immediately licks the same spot. You call it unpredictable. Mixed signals. You laugh and move on. Mother cats perform a specific grooming sequence with their kittens that includes both biting and licking. The bite is not aggression. It is a gentle grip that repositions the kitten, steadies it, or signals that the grooming is transitioning from one area to another. The lick that follows completes the sequence. Bite, then lick is a unit, not two separate events. When your cat bites you gently and then immediately licks the same spot, it is performing the maternal grooming unit on you. It is not sending mixed signals. It has already told you something consistent. You are within the category of individuals it grooms. The bite is part of the grooming, not a contradiction of it. You have been reading a single behavioral unit as two contradictory events because you did not know what the unit was. Now you do. 5 things. All of them things you called weird. Thing 6 is the one that happens only when it sees you specifically, and that most owners have never connected to anything maternal at all. Thing number 6. It trills when it sees you, a sound reserved for one relationship. Your cat makes a short chirping sound when it sees you walk into a room. or when it wants your attention. You know it's different from a meow. You've imitated it. You've wondered what it means. Does your cat make this specific trill sound at you, or at everyone in the household equally? Research published in Scientific Reports in 2022, de Mouzon and colleagues, confirmed that cats distinguish their owner's voice and cat-directed speech from strangers using the same words and tone. The recognition is individual and specific, and the vocalization they produce in response is equally specific. The trill, the short, rolling chirping sound, is the vocalization mother cats use to call their kittens, to signal, "Come here, follow me, I am here." It is not a demand vocalization. It is not a complaint. It is the sound a cat makes to the individual it is responsible for or attached to in a maternal relationship. Wild adult cats do not trill at each other. It is a kitten-mother vocalization that domestic cats retained and redirect toward the individual they registered as their mother figure. When your cat trills at you specifically, when it makes that sound directed at you and not equally at everyone in the room, it is using the vocalization it learned as the sound a mother makes to her offspring. The translation is direct. "I see you, I am here, come." Between a mother and her kitten, that sound kept them together. Between your cat and you, it means the same thing. It sees you as the individual it is supposed to stay close to. The sound says so in the only language it has for that relationship. Thing number 7. It headbutts you when you return home. Scent reunification after maternal absence. You walk in the door. Your cat comes to you and presses its forehead or cheek against your hand, your leg, your face. You call it a greeting. You call it your cat being happy to see you. Think about the last time you came home after being away for several hours. What was the first thing your cat did when it reached you? You are partially right about what it is. You are completely wrong about the depth of it. When kittens are reunited with their mother after a separation, even a brief one, they perform a specific physical contact sequence. They press their head against her. They rub their cheeks along her body. They restore the shared scent signature that their absence had begun to erode. The sequence is not just affection, it is chemical reunification. The shared scent that identifies their social unit, mother and offspring, needs to be rebuilt every time a separation occurs. When you walk back through your door after hours away, your cat's individual scent library has been running without input. The combined scent signature that identifies you two as the same social unit has been fading. The headbutt is not a greeting. It is the restoration sequence. Your cat is pressing its scent glands against you and running the same reunification behavior that a kitten performs when its mother returns. It is rebuilding the chemical record of the bond. It is saying, in the oldest language cats have for this, "You were gone. Now you are back. We are the same unit again." The record is current. In the wild, a cat outgrows this. It becomes independent. The mother becomes irrelevant. The kitten leaves and never performs that reunification again. Your cat has been performing it every time you walk through that door. For years, it never left. 7 things you called weird. Laundry sitting, bathroom following, kneading, dead prey, the bite then lick, the trill, the headbutt at the door. All 7 of them are kitten behaviors. All 7 of them are directed specifically at you. And all 7 of them have the same origin. Your cat reached adulthood, looked at its environment, and made a decision that most people spend years living with without ever fully understanding. It decided you were its mother, and it has been behaving accordingly ever since. In nature, that decision gets reversed. Cats grow up, they leave, they forget. Your cat never did. That is not a small thing. That is the choice it made. Every single day. Leave a comment. Which of the 7 does your cat do? And which one did you never connect to this until right now? Subscribe to Plumiq. Hit the bell. Because the next video documents what happens when a cat makes this decision about someone new, how long it takes, what the first signs look like, and the one behavior that appears only after the decision is final.